Very good morning, students of class 10th. In today's topic of federalism, which is the second chapter of your political science, today we are dealing with the principles and or you can say the features of federalism. Students, I have already given the notes on the basis on this particular topic earlier. So, if you are talking about the features of federalism, as I have told you, that there is a two levels of the government existed because the power sharing existed among the it is a system where the power sharing existed among the different levels of the government. So we call it as the federalism. The following principles are here: two levels of government. Yes, the entire country is ruled by the central government or the union government, and also the powers are shared to the provincial or you can say the state governments, and then to local government. If you are talking about India, there are the three tier system of or the three level system of government existed: the central, or what we called it as union level, the state government, and local government, which are further divided into the urban and the rural. Urban is with the municipal corporation and municipality, and the village, the panchayats you have heard, है ना बेटा. In Belgium we came across with the third kind of government, and the third kind of government is called as community government. The second is called as the separate jurisdiction. Yes, the different levels of government has its own jurisdiction. It means the area where they are functioning, जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं क्षेत्राधिकार. So the different levels or the different tiers of the government, they govern the same citizens' children, but every level of government is having its own jurisdiction. It means they are having their own area of the matter of solving the issues or the making the laws related with the taxations or administrations. Fine. Like union government is dealing with the union list, state government is dealing with the state list. Fine. And the existence of these levels of governments ultimately leads towards the smooth functioning of a country. Students, the third very important is the constitutionally guaranteed authority. Students, the jurisdiction of the levels of the different tiers of the government or different levels of the government are specified in the constitution. It means the government cannot do or they cannot function their functionaries beyond the constitution. वो जो भी कार्य करेंगे वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बाहर या रहकर नहीं कार्य करेंगे, बल्कि संविधान या संवैधानिक तरीके से ही वो अपनी कार्य प्रणाली को करेंगे, है ना. चाहे वो केंद्र सरकार हो, चाहे वो राज्यों की सरकार हो, उनके जो कार्य प्रणाली है वो संविधान में लिखित है, वो निहित है. The fourth is the rigid constitutions, and the amendments occurred here. Students, the basic provisions of the constitutions cannot be unilaterally changed by one level of government. It means not the one level of government is going to make changes in the constitution. For the amendment, first thing, the constitution is rigid in its nature, and if the amendments needed क्योंकि संविधान में चेंजेस यानी अमेंडमेंट्स की ज़रूरत होती है, तो अगर क्योंकि सोसाइटी या समाज में वेरिएशंस आते हैं, चेंजेस आते हैं, तो अकॉर्डिंग टू द चेंजेस इन द सोसाइटी बेटा द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस ऑल्सो अमेंडेड, है ना. और जब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस अमेंडेड होगा तो वो किसी एक लेवल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट की रजामंदी से नहीं, बल्कि the changes amended of each tier of the government is constitutionally, that is guaranteed, children. For example, the changes occurred, you can say the amendments there for the protection of women in our constitution. Some changes also occurred in terms of revenues generation, in terms of taxation. And the next important is independent judiciary. Students are judiciary is quite important. The role of judiciary is quite important in federalism because the court has a power to, first of all, the judiciary has a power to interpret the constitution, whatsoever the constitution is going to speak. जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखा गया है, जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में रिटन है, जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कहता है, उसको सही तरीके से जुडिशरी सामने रखता है. And the powers of different levels of governments, whatsoever the government is doing, their powers, or they are having their powers that are written in our constitution. The highest court, it means the Supreme Court, is acted as an empire if the disputes arises between different level of the government. Fine, either with the state, with the country, with the union government, or with the states to states, or with the citizens to citizens. So in that course of time, the judiciary has a power to resolve the disputes. बेटा याद रखिएगा, कभी भी अगर किसी भी कंट्री में तख्ता पलट की बात होती है, तख्ता पलट यानी कि कोई भी गवर्नमेंट एग्जिस्ट हो रही है, खासकर अगर डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट है, उसको हमें नॉन डेमोक्रेटिक रिजीम्स में टर्न करना है, तो सबसे पहले दो चीज़ों को कंट्रोल किया जाता है. वन इज़ जुडिशरी ऑफ अ कंट्री एंड सेकंड इज़ कॉल्ड एज द मीडिया ऑफ अ कंट्री. इन दोनों को अंडर कंट्रोल किया जाता है, तब जाके जो कहते हैं ना कि चेंज इन द गवर्नमेंट अकर्ड, और यू कैन से तख्ता पलट होता है. तो उसके लिए जुडिशरी को अंडर कंट्रोल करना बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है. लेकिन अगर हम डेमोक्रेसी की बात करते हैं तो डेमोक्रेसी में जुडिशरी का होना अपने में ही एक संपूर्ण, आप कह सकते हैं, दिस इज़ द ऑर्गन विच इज़ क्वाइट इम्पॉर्टेंट इन इन डेमोक्रेसी. और कहीं ना कहीं यही डेमोक्रेसी, अगर हम इंडियन पर्सपेक्टिव की बात करें तो ये भारत के डेमोक्रेसी को वन ऑफ द लार्जेस्ट डेमोक्रेसी बनाता है, डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री बनाता है. डिफरेंट सोर्सेज ऑफ रेवेन्यू, स्टूडेंट्स. The sources of revenue of the each level of government are, it means that they have to generate their own, every level of the government has to generate their own finances, you can see. So the every level of government is financial, having a financial autonomy, or our constitution also clearly specified the financial autonomy of each level of the government. Fine, by taking up the taxes, etc. Then we are talking about the dual objectives in the federal system. The dual objective is to safeguard and promote the unity of a country, because India is if we are talking about India, भारत एक विविधताओं का देश है, और उस विविधताओं में एकता लाना यानी इट प्रमोट द यूनिटी ऑफ अ कंट्री, इट इज़ नीडेड, while at the same time accommodate the regional diversity. एक तरह से ये लोगों को accommodate करता है, ये चाहे वो जोग्राफिकली हो, चाहे वो कल्चरली हो, चाहे वो सोशली हो, इकोनॉमिकली हो. In that course of time, federalism ultimately ensures the security, ensures the unity of a country. Then the mutual trust between the central and the state government, it leads to ideal federal system, and it ensures the democracy to be true in its nature. Students, then we are talking about the roots of federalism. It is a very important topic. The roots of federalism, it includes the coming together and holding together, coming together federation in which the states comes together, independent states basically, independent states they come together on its own, then they form a very bigger unit, and the units are increasing their security basically by pooling their sovereignty and retaining the identity. Here all states government has a equal power, beta. This is quite important here. And in this federation, all the constituents units you have a equal power, like in, if you're talking about the USA or Australia or Switzerland. So they are following up a very important route, and that route are called as coming together federation. याद रखिएगा, every country is having their own set of societies and own set of you can say political scenario, their history, etc. So what type of route they have to go through? They have to go through with the coming together federation or holding together federation. Students, the second most important is the holding together federation. In this, the large powers, you can say the large country, they divide into the smaller one into the states. Here the central government is quite important, national government है वो काफ़ी important होती है, और state government is also independent. And if we are talking about the country, the country is India, Spain, Belgium. Here student, the central government is more powerful, then they are having special powers. For example, they have to run the union territories. If we are talking about the absence of its pooling sovereignty and retaining the identity, the both units are having independent, both are not interfering, but still the central government is having quite important powers here. And some states of India, they enjoys special status. Some union territories like Delhi or Chandigarh, they are having some special status. Earlier बेटा आप लोगों को पता होगा, under the article of 370 जम्मू एंड कश्मीर को स्पेशल स्टेटस दिया गया था, दर्जा. आज जम्मू एंड कश्मीर एंड लद्दाख इज़ कंसिडर्ड एज यूनियन टेरिटरीज. ठीक है, अब 370 जो आर्टिकल है उसको हटा दिया गया है, और नाउ दिस इज़ अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ द यूनियन गवर्नमेंट. एंड बेसिकली if we are talking about a very important question, that is India a federal country? So students, the constitution, our constitution has mentioned a name of India as they declared India as a union of the states, and it follows all the principles of federalism, like as we have already discussed, that it is having the set of three-tier system existed here. More than one level of the system is here. Union, state and local government, decentralization of power is here. And the second most important one is that every level of the government is having their separate jurisdiction in terms of functioning. Like union government is having a monopoly over the subjects like union list. They have to make the powers in the union list. Then the state list is there, then concurrent list, where both the union and state government has to make the power. Then the most important here is you can say independent role of the judiciary, as I have already discussed. Then constitutional amendment is here. The written and rigid constitution. These all are making the India as a you can say federal country. Students, the real success of federation, especially if you are talking about, is due to some democratic politics in our country, policies in our country. If we are talking about why do we need actually, because it is termed to be the spirit of federalism, a spirit of freedom. It ensures the respect for the entire, you can say, India is a diversified country, so it's diversity. And if the harmonious manner, or you can say the peaceful manner, is occurred in a society, the people are easily to accommodate. It means they are having a desire for living together. And yes, मल्टी रिलीजियस कंट्री है भारत, तो इसका जो एक सेक्युलर यानी धर्मनिरपेक्षता है वो अल्टीमेटली भारत को एक स्ट्रॉन्ग कंट्री बनाता है. डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री बनाता है, और यही कारण है कि भारत एक फेडरल कंट्री है। स्टूडेंट्स, मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक जो नेक्स्ट आ रहा है, दैट इज़ वाई द जुडिशरी इज़ इंडिपेंडेंट इन इंडिया। Basically, as I've already told you, that judiciary is important in its term, that it is having a special powers to oversee, or you can to check out the implementation of constitutional provisions and procedures, and acted as a empire. They solved the disputes between the state and center among the citizens, acted as a empire, safeguard our democratic rights, and interpret the language of the constitution. Students, the very important question is, can it be easy to change our constitution? या भारत का जो पावर शेयरिंग अरेंजमेंट है, चाहे हम लेवल्स की बात करें, चाहे हम ऑर्गन्स की बात करें, चाहे हम सोशल बीइंग्स की बात करें, सोशल ग्रुप्स की बात करें, क्या ये पावर शेयरिंग अरेंजमेंट ईजी है चेंज करना या डिफ़िकल्ट है? तो मैं यही कहूँगी कि स्टूडेंट्स, देयर आर मेनी प्रोविजंस आर हेयर फॉर चेंजिंग एनीथिंग इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, बट द पार्लियामेंट कैन नॉट ओनली can change the power sharing arrangement. If we need any changes because the society changes, then both the levels of the government has to, it means that any changes in the arrangement has to be passed in both the houses of the parliament, fine, by at least 2/3 majority is needed for passing any or to modify, and by the legislature at least one half of the states are having its majority over there. So thus it is quite difficult to change the power sharing here arrangement in India, because the constitution is not flexible, it is quite rigid. But yes, the changes occurred and the society needed changes, and if the changes occur, obviously we need and important, you can say, changes in the constitution too. So this is all about the, you can say, the slides which belongs to our topic, that the principles of federalism, roots to federalism, and some other aspects. In the next class, children, I am going to have with the two major groups, that is called as why the distribution of powers occurred with the help of union list, state list, concurrent and residuary powers here. It is quite important. And second, how does federalism practiced in India? Fine. By then, thank you children, take care.